How many times can we watch a player with all the talent in the world stumble at the starting line before we admit the fresh start is just a fresh coat of paint on the same old story? The Montreal Canadiens, a franchise brimming with renewed hope and a burgeoning young core, made a bold move last summer, bringing in Patrik Laine, a sniper whose shot could shatter glass and whose potential has always been tantalizingly out of reach. But after a season opener that saw him relegated to the fourth line, playing minimal minutes and looking utterly lost, the question isn't the Canadiens are considering a change, but when they'll pull the trigger. Is this the moment the Habs finally say enough is enough? Or is there still a flicker of belief that Laine can become the player everyone expects him to be? Let's be clear, the Montreal Canadiens are not just any hockey team. They are an institution, a cornerstone of the sport, and for too long, that institution felt like it was adrift. But the winds of change have swept through the Bell Center, ushering in an era of calculated aggression and youthful exuberance. Under the shrewd leadership of General Manager Kent Hughes and the innovative coaching of Martin St. Louis, the Canadiens have undergone a remarkable transformation. This isn't a slow, painful rebuild. It's been a rapid, strategic retooling, a meticulous accumulation of draft picks that are now blossoming into legitimate NHL stars. Last season's return to the playoffs wasn't just a feel-good story. It was a powerful statement, a declaration that the Habs are back, and they are here to contend. Hughes, a man known for his bold vision, has been relentlessly aggressive in fortifying this burgeoning core. He understands that while building from within is crucial, sometimes you need to take calculated risks, to swing for the fences, to add that missing piece that can elevate a team from good to great. The acquisition of Patrik Laine from the Columbus Blue Jackets last summer was precisely one of those high-stakes gambles. It was a move designed to inject pure, unadulterated goal scoring into a lineup that, while talented, sometimes lacked that elite finishing touch. Laine, a former second overall pick, possesses a shot that is truly generational, a release so quick and powerful it can change the momentum of a game in an instant. The hope was that a fresh start in a hockey-mad market, surrounded by a dynamic young team, would finally unlock the consistent brilliance that has tantalized and frustrated fans throughout his career. Patrik Laine's journey through the NHL has been a captivating, if often perplexing, narrative. Drafted second overall by the Winnipeg Jets in 2016, he burst onto the scene with a rookie campaign that saw him light the lamp 36 times. The comparisons to legends like Ovechkin were immediate, the hype immense. Yet, the consistency that defines true superstars proved elusive. He followed a dazzling 44-goal season with a dip to 30, then 28, before a blockbuster trade sent him to Columbus. In Ohio, the pattern continued. Flashes of breathtaking skill interspersed with periods of struggle, nagging injuries, and persistent questions about his overall engagement and defensive commitment. Last season, an injury-shortened 52-game campaign saw him tally 33 points, a respectable total, but far from the dominant output expected of a player with his pedigree and a hefty contract. His tenure in Montreal, thus far, has been a frustrating echo of his career-long pattern. Very up and down. The moments of pure offensive genius are undeniably there, glimpses of what could be, but so too are the stretches where he seems to vanish, where his impact is minimal, and where the collective sigh of frustration from the fan base, and surely from the coaching staff, becomes almost audible. This isn't just about the numbers on the score sheet. It's about fitting into a system, embracing a role, and consistently contributing to a winning culture. And as the new season began, the cracks in the Laine experiment began to show, starkly and undeniably, leading to a situation that now demands immediate attention. The season opener in Toronto was supposed to be a fresh canvas, a chance for every player to make a statement. For Patrik Laine, it was a stark, almost brutal reality check. With the Canadiens boasting significant depth up and down their lineup, head coach Martin St. Louis faces unenviable decisions when constructing his forward groups. On Wednesday night, those decisions placed Laine in a role that sent a clear, unmistakable message. He started on the fourth line. For a player of Laine's caliber, a former second overall pick and a multi-million-dollar talent, a fourth-line assignment is not merely a demotion. It's a profound indication of where he stands in the coach's pecking order. The limited minutes that followed only reinforced this harsh reality. Laine recorded the second lowest total ice time of any Canadiens forward, a truly alarming statistic for someone brought in to be a primary offensive weapon. And even in those precious few minutes, things did not go well. He finished the game with a dismal -2 rating, took a first-period hooking penalty that disrupted the team's flow, and managed a paltry single shot on goal. This wasn't just an off night. It was a glaring symptom of the Laine conundrum, a player with immense, undeniable talent, yet seemingly unable to consistently translate into effective, impactful, and disciplined play within the team's demanding structure. It's a situation that screams for a resolution, a definitive answer to the ongoing uncertainty that now surrounds his place in Montreal. It's against this backdrop of inconsistency and underperformance that Caleb Kearney of Heavy Sports has dropped a trade proposal that is both audacious and, for many, increasingly logical. Kearney is pitching a one-for-one swap that would see Patrick Laine return to the Columbus Blue Jackets in exchange for young forward Yegor Chinakhov. This isn't just idle speculation. It's a reflection of a growing sentiment that perhaps a change of scenery for both players is not just beneficial, but absolutely necessary to unlock their respective potentials. Let's dissect the proposed deal. Canadiens receive Yegor Chinakhov. Age, 24. Physicality, 6'1", 203 pounds. Draft pedigree, Blue Jackets 21st overall pick in the 2020 draft. Recent performance, recorded 15 points in 30 games last year, showing flashes of offensive skill. Kearney's take: the Canadiens add a young winger who plays sound defensively. For Montreal, this trade represents a potential strategic pivot. While Laine is a pure offensive force, Chinakhov brings a different, perhaps more reliable, skill set. At 24, he's still young enough to grow with the Canadiens' core, but he already possesses a reputation for playing a sound defensive game. In a league increasingly valuing 200-foot players who can contribute consistently on both ends of the ice, Chinakhov's ability to forecheck, backcheck, and play with responsible structure, combined with his size and first-round pedigree, makes him an intriguing prospect. He's not a direct like-for-like replacement for Laine's elite scoring touch, but he offers a different kind of value, one that might better align with Martin St. Louis's emphasis on relentless effort, defensive accountability, and a cohesive team game. He could provide a more consistent, albeit less flashy, contribution to the middle six forward group, bringing stability and reliability. Blue Jackets receive Patrick Laine. Age, 27. Physicality, 6'4", 208 pounds. Draft pedigree, 2nd overall by the Winnipeg Jets in 2016 recent performance, recorded 33 points in an injury-shortened 52-game season last year. Contract: just began the 4th and final season as 4-year, $34.8 million contract extension, originally signed with the Blue Jackets in 2022. Kearney's take: the Blue Jackets can offer Laine a fresh start to facilitate a bounce-back season. For Columbus, this is a fascinating homecoming, a chance to reacquire a player they know intimately, albeit one who has struggled to find consistent form. Laine's contract is a significant financial commitment, carrying a substantial cap hit. However, if Columbus believes they can reignite his scoring touch, if they can provide the fresh start and the specific environment for a bounce-back season, then the potential reward is enormous. Laine, at 27, is still very much in his prime, and a motivated, confident Patrick Laine is one of the most dangerous pure goal scorers in the entire league. It's a gamble, certainly, but one that could pay massive dividends for a team looking for offensive firepower and a marquee name to excite its fan base. The familiarity with the organization, the city, and perhaps even some former teammates could be the catalyst he needs. Patrick Laine's career has been marked by a recurring, almost tragic theme: the struggle to find a consistent home and a good fit. From the bright lights of Winnipeg to the expectations in Columbus, and now potentially the intense scrutiny of Montreal, the narrative of unfulfilled potential, of a talent that hasn't quite clicked into place, persists. This isn't just about raw statistics. It's about the psychological aspect of the game, the confidence that comes from feeling valued, understood, and properly utilized within a team system. When a player of Laine's offensive prowess is relegated to the fourth line and limited minutes, it raises serious questions about his integration into the team structure and his long-term viability. It suggests a fundamental disconnect between his individual talent and the collective needs of the team. For the Canadiens, this trade proposal isn't just about swapping players. It's about making a profound strategic decision for the direction of the franchise. Do they continue to invest precious time and resources in the hope that Laine will eventually find his game, that the light will come on? Or do they pivot to a player like Chinakhov, who offers a different, perhaps more reliable, and certainly more system-friendly contribution to their evolving identity? Coach St. Louis has shown he's not afraid to make tough decisions, consistently prioritizing effort, defensive responsibility, and cohesive team play above all else. If Laine cannot consistently meet those demanding expectations, regardless of his raw, undeniable talent, then his future in Montreal will indeed be short-lived. The team is too close to its ultimate goal to wait indefinitely for a player to adapt. The Montreal Canadiens stand at a pivotal juncture. They have meticulously built a foundation, cultivated a vibrant young core, and are now poised to take that final, exhilarating step towards true contention. But to achieve that ultimate goal, every piece of the puzzle must fit seamlessly. Every player must contribute consistently, and every decision must be made with the unwavering objective of winning a Stanley Cup in mind. The Patrick Laine situation, with its up and down performances and now a compelling trade proposal, represents a significant crossroads. This isn't merely about one player's struggles. It's about the team's identity, its unwavering commitment to its system, and its willingness to make the hard, sometimes unpopular, choices necessary to achieve championship aspirations. The trade pitch for Yegor Chinakhov isn't just a fleeting rumor. It's a symptom of a deeper issue, a clear signal that Canadians might be ready to move on from a high-risk, high-reward experiment that, thus far, hasn't yielded consistent results they desperately need. The question now is, will Kent Hughes pull the trigger, or will he hold out hope for a Laine resurgence? Betting on potential over proven fit? The answer will undoubtedly shape the immediate future of this exciting Montreal Canadiens franchise. What's your verdict? Is it time for Canadians to finally cut their losses with Patrick Laine and pursue a more defensively sound, system-friendly option like Yegor Chinakhov? Or do you believe Laine still has the potential to be a game-changer in Montreal if given the right opportunity and a clearer role? We want to hear your passionate takes on this critical decision facing the Habs. Drop your thoughts, your trade proposals, and your predictions in the comments below. Tell us what you would do if you were GM, and let's debate the future of this electrifying Canadiens team. And if you're as invested in the pulse of hockey as we are, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more exclusive insights and passionate analyses that bring you closer to the heart of the game.